Welcome to the Digital E-commerce podcast, where we discuss the latest trend, strategy, and insight in the world of e-commerce. I'm Dylan, your host, and today we have the incredible special guest joining us today. Nevena is the Managing Director of L.A.K.E Consulting. She's a business and sales strategist, consultant, and coaches, as well as published author, speaker, and podcast host. With over 10 years of experience in sales, entrepreneur, and business, Nevena has a wealth of knowledge to share. So let's welcome Nevena. Nevena, would you like to introduce yourself, please?
Thank you so much for having me, Dylan. I'm very excited. I'm coming today from you guys from a beautiful Zanzibar. I'm here outside, a little bit windy, so I hope you can hear me very well. And yes, in the last 10 years, I've been working and consulting different firms, startups, entrepreneurs, and helping them set the business strategy, increase their sales, grow their business to the next level. And I'm excited to be here today. I believe we're going to talk about sales in e-commerce specifically. So I'm looking forward to share a couple of tips with you guys on how you can grow your business.
Cool. I'm excited. As someone with extensive experience in both sales and psychology, how do you integrate these two fields and enhance the sales strategies in L.A.K.E Consulting?
Yes, so with my background in psychology, I think psychology is a very important part of sales, and there are two parts of it. First one is understanding our limiting beliefs, because a lot of people have negative beliefs about selling, and that's the first thing that's stopping you from selling more. So you have to understand your limiting beliefs, and then you want to learn and have someone help you overcome those limiting beliefs, so you really enjoy more the sales process and enjoy connecting with people and promoting your products and services. And then second part of psychology in sales is understanding the psychology of buying and when people buy and how they buy. And I'm going to share later on some statistics of how often people buy and how often they have to see you before they build trust to buy from you. So this is going to help you change your mindset and understand which areas you have to work on and how you can connect with people to increase those sales.
Right. To help specific e-commerce company, what different ways for us to get more sales and revenue?
Yeah, so I want to just share that there are three parts that I want you first to understand. This is a starting point. So in all sales and all business, there are different activities you're going to do, and you have to differentiate those activities. There are activities for raising awareness about your brand or about your e-commerce platform or about the products that you have on your e-commerce platform. And then you have acquisition, which means through e-commerce platform, you want to acquire data. You want to acquire data, how many people visit your e-commerce platform. You want to acquire data, where those people from, what is their age, so you can build that profile to grow your sales. And then ideally you want to also acquire some contact information like email addresses and phone numbers, so you can then build relationship with those people, because them coming to your e-commerce platform does not necessarily mean they're going to buy. And then third one is monetization. This is where people actually click, put something in a chart, and purchase from you. And this is very important to understand, because many entrepreneurs, they come to me and they say, oh, I am doing my Instagram page and I have my website and I'm paying for ads and I haven't closed as many sales as I want. And I tell them, well, there's some activities you're doing and you should continue doing it, but you have to know that they're there to raise awareness, right? They're not necessarily there for people to click and buy. So you have to do all of these activities, and then you will not get disappointed when somebody, come or visit, or you work 6 months posting on Instagram and you still haven't closed as many sales as you want. Because, for example, platforms like Instagram are there to build awareness. They're not necessarily there to monetize, right? Or they're there the next step to acquire information from the customer, get their phone number, get their email. So then you're running your email marketing, and then you can monetize. And like I said, I'm going to share how often people buy from you, what statistics say, so you can guys actually understand, oh, I have to continuously work on raising awareness about my brand. And we see this in biggest brand like McDonald's and Coca-Cola. that, even everyone knows who they are, they're continuously paying for marketing because people buy what's in front of them. So I think for listeners in e-commerce, you want to sit down and write the different activities. What are activities and things you're doing to raise awareness about your e-commerce platform or about your page, right? And how you can bring more traffic to it. What are those activities? And they're necessary to get to sales, but they're not the same things that are actually monetization. And then the next part is acquiring. So what can I do now? Give maybe, something for free or attract them to subscribe to the newsletter to get the data, because the more data you have, the more people you pull from social media into your own personal data, the more value your business will have. And then you're using the data to monetize, to build relationship. So over time, people see and hear your brand over and over again, and then they finally are buying from you.
Right. I love it, love it. Like, so do you think like psychology play a big part? Where does the psychology play a big part in ecom?
So in e-commerce, psychology plays a big part. I will tell you exactly where. So when people buy, in order to buy, and we see this in as an example of social media, right? Because social media is also a digital platform that generates money. So first, people psychologically have to have a trigger, and let's say the trigger is boredom. So why people open social media all the time? We are addicted to it because we are constantly looking for getting some kind of entertainment, right? So people are bored. So the first thing, there is psychologically a trigger. So let's say boredom. So I'm bored. I want to check what's happening. And then second one, there has to be some kind of reward. And the reason why Facebook and Instagram are popular is because every time you open it, you get a reward of some new content that you haven't seen before, right? So if you open Instagram and every time 3 days in a row you see three same pictures, you will never open it again because there is no reward. So psychologically, even your e-commerce platform, you want to think, okay, people have to have a trigger. There can be an ad that can, maybe attract them, like special discount or a unique product. And then when they come to e-commerce, when they come to your platform, there has to be some kind of reward. Maybe you have very unique products, or maybe you have unique offer. Maybe every time they come, there is something new on your, so they will always be opening your platform over and over again because psychologically they have a reward, right? And then the third one is actually when they invest. So it's investment. So in social media, sometimes investment is time. So because I'm getting this reward, I'm now investing back into this platform with my time, or they're investing their money because they got some specific reward. And I think this is a psychological kind of journey of buying that you can use in e-commerce very well.
Right, right. Could you share some insight or statistic like about when it comes to increasing sales and purchasing data?
Yeah. So when it comes to sales, I like to always start with this. Every sale that you close happens only when there are three factors that merge. So first of all, people have to have a problem, okay, specific problem. I mean, buying a t-shirt is not necessarily a problem, but people want it, right? So there has to be some kind of problem that people have. And then you and your business have to offer a solution to people's problem. Okay, so there is a problem, there is a solution to a problem, and then the third factor is having urgency. Like, I need to want this now. I can go, let's say, e-commerce platform Shane or Pretty Little Thing, right? The famous platforms. I will give an example, and I can look at the clothes every single day, right? But not necessarily buy it. But let's say I have a wedding, so I have a problem, I need a specific dress, and they're offering beautiful dresses, maybe especially if they have a good price. So they have a solution to my problem, and now I have urgency because I need to have this dress on a specific day. So when you have these three factors, you're going to close a sale. If, for example, people do not like the product or the quality of the product, the solution you're offering, it's not for them, they're going to go and buy from someone else. If, on the other hand, they don't have urgency, like I would go maybe on Shane or Pretty Little and look and put in my wish list, but I don't have urgency to buy anything now. I can be on their platform, but they're not going to close the sale until I decide, hey, I want to purchase this item. I mean, urgency is not always, and the problem, like I said, it's not always in the definition of the word problem, but in sales, we just use it that way. So think about how you can, and I will use these examples of these famous e-commerce platforms, right? So they, and like I said, in psychology, they're constantly rewarding you. So simple thing that Shane did was you check in every day and you get points. Okay. And then, like you're just like, oh, I get, after a couple of weeks, I get $10 off. It's like worth of one t-shirt. So I would literally be addicted and checking in and Shane. So what happens every time I open the platform, they reward me with something new. So I am now seeing all these new dresses, new shirts, and then I'm like, oh, I never even thought I want new shoes, but let me put this in my wish list. So I'm not buying it yet, but I'm continuously involved with their platform. You understand? So they, by simply creating this point system, which is very smart because you never go more than $12. Okay, I tried. I tried, unless you really like, and then you have to use it because they have expiration dates. So they kind of set it up that they're going to give you points and you're going to get benefits and free shipping. But, you're going to get to $12. Either they're going to expire or you're going to buy them. Then you're starting from zero collecting those points. So it's this kind of things that's going to involve and reward your clients all the time that to come to your platform. So think about these three factors. Every time you close a sale, it was someone who had a problem. They wanted exactly what you have in your e-commerce platform and they needed it now, right? They either wanted it now, like I love this, I'm going to buy it, especially beginning of the month when we get our salary, we're going and we're like, I want to buy things. And then usually sales go a little bit down, right? As we spend our salary, people spend their salaries. And then beginning of the month, people are like, let me go and buy something nice for myself. So think about those three factors necessarily. Really, this is where you are going to close the sale.
Right. Gamification. I like it. Like part of like gamification you talk about. I remember like my friend last time that he told me that he's doing something about the the airline mileage. Yeah. They were literally opening their app every single day. They were trying to do this like kind of like they encourage you to become healthy. That's why if you want to move, if you move for a certain amount of like footwork, and then they can record it and then put it into your mileage, promoting airline mileage, right? So that's something that I was like thinking when you were talking about that reward might not be the biggest thing, because even that mileage, they're not giving a lot. They're just giving 10, 100, but then it costs you around 20 to 25K to get a business class, right? So it's all about like really getting them dip into toe to get the mileage or to get into the gamification to really encourage people to take action, right? So like, so many people struggle with the negative perception about selling, like because they are always be alarmed, right? So what are some effective way to overcome this belief and to disarm them to really become like a master of selling?
Yes, I always say sale is a skill. So no matter how bad you are, it's a skill, which means you can learn it and you can become better at it. And a lot of people, even CEOs, when I come to their companies, they're like, oh, I have good salespeople and that's it. We don't train them. And I ask them why. And they said, because either you're born with it or not. And I tell them that's completely wrong. You can train a complete introvert, someone who is shy, to become an excellent salesperson. So sales are a skill and you can learn how to overcome those objections. And this is something I do in my programs and working with people. But I'm going to share with you today one sentence and one like a coaching tool that I use, that all my clients, literally in 5 minutes, they switch their mindset and they overcome their limiting beliefs about selling. And that's simply asking yourself a question. If I am not selling my products or services, how am I doing a disservice to other people? Which means, let me repeat that, like if I'm not offering my services or my products, how am I doing a disservice to people? Which means if you're an excellent photographer and you can, capture beautiful moments, you can really make nice memories for people. If you don't offer that, you're making a disservice to people. If you're a chef, if you have e-commerce platform, or me, if I'm sitting in an event, and I always say this very openly, I said, I know I can for sure help all of you here as entrepreneurs get more sales. So if I'm quiet, if I'm excuse me, if I'm quiet, if I'm not telling you what is my skill, what am I good at, I'm actually doing you a disservice, because some of you are actually looking to what I have to offer. Many of you want more sales. So it's not my responsibility who's going to buy from me, who's not going to buy from me. But it is my responsibility to share my mission, because if I'm really good at this and I can help people get their lives better, grow their business, why would I feel shy sharing that? I'm actually, if I'm staying shy, if I'm quiet, I'm doing them a disservice. So then I'm like, it helps you, I hope you understand, it helps you switch your mindset to thinking about, oh, when I sell, people will think bad about me, or people will think I'm pushy, or, we are focused on me. And instead, in sales, you have to focus on other people. You have to say, look, I'm going to proudly talk about my products. I'm going to proudly talk about e-commerce platform. We have a unique, products, or I have the best prices, or we have amazing service. And you are actually, helping people improve their lives through in one way or another. So I want you to stop thinking about yourself and what people think about you, and just understand, if you don't talk about your business, if you don't talk about what you have to do, you're doing people a disservice. So that helps you switch your mindset, and it's such a short period of time that then you feel like, hey, why wouldn't I actually share what I do?
Sometimes it's more of like overcoming that kind of mindset in order to step forward, I guess, right? So tell me about your book. Like, why did you want to? What makes you? What's the inspo for you to write the book?
Yeah, so my latest book, I wrote a couple of books, and I will tell you, when I met my first mentor, I was in a little bit different industry, more focused on psychology. I work a lot with families, so I wrote some books on that. And my mentor at the time told me, listen, book is just a business card. The moment you write a book, you're an author, your position is an expert in that field. And and he pushed me. He was like, you have 45 days to write a book. And I was working full time at a time. I wanted to start, my own business. And then I realized, book is just putting all the knowledge and all the things I learn and giving it to people so they can learn in a very short period of time. So my latest book is called You Don't Have a Business, and it's helping you, turning dreams into profitable business. So the name behind the book is I came out of a conversation with my mentor and my coach, and he was asking me how his business going years ago. And I said, well, I don't have a business, I'm self-employed, because there's difference between having a business that runs itself and being self-employed. When you stop working, you don't get an income. So then we were laughing about it. And as I was organizing a lot of events, speaking on events, people come to me and they say, oh, I have a business. And then I ask, who is self-employed? And then the same people, they raise their hand. So I wanted always people to understand that there's a difference between starting as self-employed and actually building a business, like a company that's going to run without you necessarily being there every single day. And in this book, you can learn. There is, of course, parts my system, what I coach on, and we have to work on the mindset. So there is a lot about mindset and psychology. And then you have all different strategies for marketing, branding, pricing your products in the market, and then also, how you're going to scale and grow. And at the end, if you want to sell your business or exit your business, how you can do that. I also talk about attracting your first investors in the business. And at the end, third part of the book is taking action. So we have mindset, we have strategy, and we have taking action. So taking action is necessary. Without action, nothing happens. And then how you can, again, how you should, implement action steps for all those strategies to put in place. And if you would like, of course, book is available on Amazon. Whoever would like to read it, you can grab a copy and let me know what you think and if the book helped you.
Amazing. Okay. Tell me about the. Sorry, I lost my mind. Let me rephrase that. Could you tell me about if people want to find you, where can they find you?
Yes, if people want to find.
Let's stop there. I got one more question there. I will just like cut it away. Okay. Can you talk about AI? How is AI affecting like sales when it comes to e-commerce lately, or like when it comes to nowadays business?
Well, AI is definitely a tool that we all using, and I mean, we're already using it for years. We just didn't call it AI, and just developed a lot in the last couple of years in different areas. But AI definitely impacting businesses in few ways. But I think also psychologically, I would like people not to forget that human interaction is still something we all want. And AI can help you automate a lot of things. And we see all the banks and big companies having AI tools and having, customer service responding automatical messages. But I loved, for example, a few days ago, I had a issue with Amazon delivery. And of course, you could send automatic messages. And then if you're not happy with it, within a minute, they connect you with a specific person.
Yeah.
And I just always want you to think about what do you like and what you don't like as a person. Like I'm always frustrated, especially living in Dubai for almost 10 years, where so many things are like technologically developed, that with all those technology, we had to go through, AI operator all the time, and I could never speak with the person, and I could not solve my problem, and everyone are like super frustrated as customers, let's say of a bank or a hospital or anything. So I think what's very important is to use AI, but also understand what your customers like and what your customers don't like, and then combine that, because I do believe as AI develops more and more, and there is less real things online and more AI, how do you say the word, AI made pictures and made videos and interactions, people will start wanting more human interaction. And I truly believe in that. So I think you should implement that in your business as well.
I agree. Couldn't be agree for more. I've heard like there's some e-com or some lead gen business. They are using AI appointment setters. Like even they sell like a high ticket item like a sofa, they will use AI appointment setter to help them to collect all the information first. Where do you think this is going? Do you think this is something that is going to be like in the future, or is this like a new trend only, or?
It really depends, I think, on the industry. Depends what we consider high ticket or which industry. But like I said, you can look at the like luxury items like Rolls Royce. I mean, people will still want to go and test drive the car. They will still want to have that physical feel and physical interaction. And in COVID, we went so much into technological world, and we can see now that people are craving more live events. They want connections. They want more in-person networking. So yes, I mean, I and still also in retail industry, even we have so much e-commerce, there is the statistics actually show that it's still 60-70% of people who go to shopping malls, and they're still buying in shopping malls from retail shops and for groceries, right? So we do have like both of the audience. So I think it's not changing as fast as we think it's going to change.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be that fast. That's right. Yeah. Okay, before we wrap up, like what advice would you offer to like a aspiring entrepreneur and sales professional that looking to make a strong impact in the field?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Great. Yeah. Before we wrap up, like what advice would you be giving us as like an aspiring entrepreneur and sales professionals looking to make a strong impact in their fields?
Yeah. So I want to share with you statistics on sales that I promised at the beginning. So statistics show about buying psychology and how people purchase. And 2.5% of whole population are innovators, and these are people who are buying, seeing you for the first time. And then we have early majority, and these are people who are buying from you, seeing you 1 to 3 times. Okay. And then we have 34% of people who will need to see you 3 to 7 times before they buy from you. And then also shockingly, we have 34% of people, they're late majority, they have to see you between 7 and 15 times. And then the rest percentage, like 16%, is people that are never going to buy from you. So these numbers, what they actually mean for you, and this is helpful for you to change your idea about selling, is that probably before buying from Amazon, like the biggest e-commerce business in the world, you probably saw them 7 to 50 times somewhere. You saw their advertisement, you heard people buying from Amazon, and you did not buy right away. There was only those 2.5% of people that saw something first time and they trusted it. Because also, like, they at the time, right, people were not trusting credit cards and online payments. So when you look at these statistics, you have to understand why you have to continuously be present, why an e-commerce platform needs to be seen. On 64% of people need to see you, 68% of people, right, need to see you between 7 to 15 times. That's a lot for a lot of entrepreneurs. So you have to continuously do marketing, you have to continuously be present and get people to hear about you, see you, especially now in the world where e-commerce is very saturated. So you have to stand out, you have to become a name. Hey, I saw this. Oh, I'm seeing now the billboard, I'm seeing the ad, I have a friend buying from here, I see the package. So when people see several times, then they're going to go and buy from you because they're going to see, oh, this is a trusted brand, people are using it, so I'm going to try it as well. So think about those statistics, use them in your business, and change your mindset that just because somebody came and didn't purchase doesn't mean they're not going to purchase in the future. You have to build that customer journey and customer relationship so people see you over and over again and they will for sure start buying from you.
Right. Cool. Which finally, how can our listener find you to recommend the business or the book that you're recommending? Earlier on, you mentioned the 80-20 rule of things like that is super interesting. Like, how can they find you?
Yeah, so as you can see, probably if you're looking at the screen, if you're listening audio, so my name is Nevena Bazalac. It's spelled Nevena Bazalac. So every platform, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, you can find me. I have a podcast called Entrepreneurship Lab where you can listen a lot of good interviews, different topics on entrepreneurship. And then when you Google my name or go on Amazon as an author, you're going to find my book as well. So you can grab the book, you can connect with me if you have any questions, if you want sales training, if you're looking for a consultant to work with on your business strategy, just reach out to me on any of the platforms. And of course, I'm going to come back to you and I will be looking forward to meet you.
Okay. Thank you, Nevena. This is so helpful. I mean, I think our listeners learn a lot from you, and I will make sure that we put our show notes. I will put your link in our show notes to make sure that everything is. Hey, Nevena, thank you. That is like amazing. How do you get recognized? Let's say recommended by Tony Robbins and Deans, like those kind of people.
I did a program years ago, 2019. So I was in their program where they were teaching how to run mastermind events. And then we had like a community group on Facebook and we were all sharing our achievements. So I started running events. I had 250 people on my events in Dubai. And they always look, I always say, like, people who are successful, they also look success stories. Like I tell my clients, when you become more successful than me, I'm going to be proud to say you're my client because I helped you on the journey. And they always look for like referrals, testimonials to share success stories. And they reached to me and they said, hey, you had a really big success with your events. You're implementing the strategies. Can we share you on our live like mastermind? They had huge mastermind with 1,000 people selling, of course, their programs. And always they were looking for people from different parts of the world, not only US. So then I said, of course, I didn't understood at the time, like, it was actually on the live video, 1,000 of people saw it, people messaged me, and it was great. So they shared my story, the tools I used and everything. So it was really grateful. I'm really grateful. It was a great thing for me to get, that kind of endorsement.
You hosted like a 250-person in-person event before.
Say again?
You hosted an event there's a 250 person.
Yeah. I hosted my first event. I had 250 people. I was always organizing events in Dubai because I would get a lot of CEOs, a lot of clients. I do everything organically, like I would promote and invite, make special invitations, find companies, and then I would just teach some business strategies. Then people can network, and then I did like from 50 to 250 people events. So almost every month I was running events in Dubai in person.
Wow.
So yeah,
That,
that was something they liked.
that was a lot of work there. It was that like you constantly like inviting people, constantly inviting them, constantly have to show in the webinar, and that's I guess that's one way to convert them into a client, right?
Yeah,
Cool,
exactly,
cool.
exactly.
That's
So
fun.
thank you, Dylan. When will the episode be published? You just let
Um,
me know,
yeah,
yeah, so I
sure.
can share as well.
All right. Okay, thank you, Nevena. Talk to you soon.
Yeah, looking forward. Let me know once it's published, so I will share as well.
All right, talk soon.
Bye.